Good afternoon, everybody. I just realized I was going to do some decals, and I realized I hadn't gloss coated anything yet, so I'm just going to assemble some wheels and trucks here quickly. I just give it a few minutes to set up, and for some reason on one side of two cars, it ran the paint off. I don't know if I whacked it a bit too hard with this rattle can or what. It's a fixable. So these are for what the box cars are working on. These are the setup. Hey, Mr. Hot Dog Andy, how's it going? A bit easier. So essentially, I'm working on two box cars, but I have them in different stages just because it's going to be kind of easier to kind of get through and get one pretty well finished, because I've got to airbrush some of it and I'm not set up to, like, well, I guess you could look at the back of my head while I airbrush, but it's not terribly exciting. Wait a minute, what's going on here? Seem to have misplaced a pair of wheels. Hey, Trackside Mike, how's it going? Todd, how's it going? I guess since I always do baseball themed titles, I guess instead of Timbits or cookies or whatever, we'll hand out bags of sunflower seeds or that terrible pink gum. Trying to think of the name. What's that pink gum called? There we go. Yeah. Plus. Get in there, boy. There we are. All right. Oh, there's one wheel. Gonna have a lopsided box car here. Ah, gotcha. You sneaky bugger, you. Oh. Well, that one's not going on because it never got painted, because it must have rolled away pre-paint. Rotten bugger. All right, so those can sit there for now. Oh, Mike must be getting that double time. Yeah, so here's how far over do I gotta go? There's what happened. I think I whacked it a bit too hard with the rattle can, so it stripped off the one side of it. That's what it's supposed to look like. That over there, that over there. Slide that guy back a bit. And the first thing I did, oh, it's still wet. Son of a gun. All right, this one's going off to the side for the bit. That one seems to be, it's got a bit of an attitude today, I guess. Oh, come on now. There we go. Back on. I swapped this door with the other one. I decided to do double blue doors on that one, and this one's got one slightly newer door. So the first thing I did with this was the blue green for green camo. Seemed to give it a bit of a fade. I did one of these cars already, and the thing just gave me. I didn't have this. I bought this the other day just for doing these. And I was just having fits trying to get the thing to look right. Give that a minute to set up now. So then the other step that this one has is wash for dark vehicles. Which is already on there, and it's put a wash on, wipe it off with a sponge. Learned that from Ted DiIorio. He's usually on Saturdays at 9 or 10. So I think going to paint and rust on this thing. Or no, I can do the decals on this one actually. Let's do that. Everything's going so smoothly now, so why not do the thing I'm worst at? Right. So this one is, which one is this? This is 1025. 1025. So these dudes put their decals close together. My God. There's the 2 zeros. Yeah. 2 large W's. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Something's missing. There we go. Pair ends. Done with that. Done with that. Pair ones. Ooh. Try to just sending the end of my finger onto the table. Hey, Mark, how's it going? I can never figure out when they're playing. I don't watch much on the actual TV either. Kind of missed every game. I just been watching it on the highlights. Who are they playing, Mark? Why do I get so many zeros? Come up. Set those over there. Split these ones. Might have to put on the mega glasses for this. Probably should have had all these cut out beforehand. This is probably not the most riveting thing to watch on live. And of course, the NW are backwards. All right. Where'd the ends go? Son of a gun. Is that them? Oh, that's a blank. Oh, there's one. I can't see squat. I gotta get my other glasses. 1 second. Doesn't help that all these letters are sort of the same. Oh, it's right here. There we go. There you go. W's extra. These zeros extra. Oh, W. Well, that's going on. Get some papier towel. There's the brushes. Number 1. This is the stinky stuff. Barf. I can't stand the smell of that stuff. Egad. My kniff. Yeah. Sorry, I'll probably be mumbling to myself a fair bit, trying not to curse. There, first one on. All right, things are taking a turn for the better. Knock on wood. Mark, was there another fight? Was it Wilson again? Oh, yeah, the France game. Yeah, that wasn't much of a fight. Wilson just basically let him know, like, you're not going to do well, pal. What did I say this car number was? 1025. Dump this one in there, too. Let's get them all going. Be chasing them around the pool here in a minute, I'm sure. Well, definitely make curling more interesting. I think I'd play it if I could hit people with the broom. Straight enough. A beer? No, that's a monster. Custom Yeti. I had a couple days where I was painting rust on everything, and my Yeti was there, and it got involved. My hard hat for work got it too. Hey, that looks all right. I didn't muck it too bad. Yeah, the old eyeball test. W's crooked. Son of a gun. W's more crooked now. Probably gonna make it worse. Yeah, that's good enough. This is freelance railroad. They don't give a you know what? Well, the box cars on I have it on one of these holders, and I tilt it back and lean it on the front edge of the cradle. That's my water. Are you watching on your phone without your glasses, Mike? Oh yeah, there's a lighter there too. Oh, this red, yeah, there's a red light. It's like we're playing I Spy now. It's a good thing I moved all the little people I was painting. He spines a bunch of naked ladies. Oh, saved it. That was a crisis averted there. You kind of asinine thing is this? Now, see you later. Let's get a new one. All right, so far, not a fan of these decals. Not terrible, but I don't really care to use a microscope every time I want to put something on. Get off of there. Hopefully, you're not operating the crane and watching, Mike. I wonder if that should move over. I think it should. Let's see how it lines up. Let's see how it lines up. No, I grabbed the wrong number, so now we're doing a two-part series here. Fog. These zeros are going to be the death of me, I think. Man, one more to go. It's probably my least favorite thing to do. Hey, Floyd, how's it going? Close that up. Hey Tom, how's it going? Buildings are not done. I'm waiting for something to show up in the mail, and the mail service decided to turn around and send it back to where I got it from. And it kind of, like, I ordered a couple weeks ago. It was on schedule to get here on time, and then it sat for a week. And then I got an alert that it was returned to sender. And as far as I know, it's been returned to sender. So I've been talking with the fella from the place I ordered. Obviously, nothing to do with him, or it's not his fault that the post office wanted to revert it. I've ordered probably 50 things from him, so it's not like it's a new thing. So, kind of is what it is at this point. I don't want to do any more on those until I get this next part done. Because if I put the windows in and then do everything on the outside, then I got to cover all the windows to dull coat it. And I just don't want to do that. And I got to get this car done and ship it out. It's going to Sydney. So I'll give the. Hey, Chris, I'm just giving the buildings a break to see if I can track down or get these signs here so I can kind of finish it in the order that I want. I may work on doing some of the rooms that are going to go in it. Oh, pretty much, yeah. Even Canada Post is bad now. Like my last mini prints order, which mini prints is an hour from my house, and it took something like 6 days to get here. I had one that took almost 2 weeks. I don't know what's going on. There, that's done. Now we get to do it all over again on the other side. For the love of all that's holy. Come on. There we go. All right, everybody in the pool. Brush some of this vile stuff on here. No, I was just explaining. Floyd asked that. I'm waiting on a delivery from Dave's Decals, and it got to Chicago, and then the people in Chicago decided to spin it around and send it back to Dave. So I'm just waiting to see see what he says. He's checking to see if it's back there yet. Obviously, not Dave's fault. He sent me stuff many a time. So I'm just taking a break from the buildings and getting this done. Get off there. All right, come here, you little bugger. Mm, pretty good. Eyeball it only. We should be done fairly quick, and then we'll get on to the slightly more interesting stuff. Am I going to OVR soon? I don't have anything planned yet. Um, Probably be some point in the summer I'll make it down there. Hey, Papa John, how's it going? Ooh, keep picking these up backwards. Oh no. All right, just sit there for a minute. You. bed. So I'm doing these as like they were hand stenciled on, so they don't really have to be all that perfect. This railroad is not like a big, mainline guy. Doesn't want to move. Son of a gun. Tweezers down. Hey, Todd. Ooh, there we go. I might be grabbing another 5 here in a second. So roll itself up. Or maybe I cut it off. I think that's what happened. And I'm not a fan of these decals. Not even a little bit. Yeah, I've got the stripes here. This is my railroad, so it's Northern Wolf Valley is the name. Yeah, I patched out the patch outs on it. Just basically changed the color for the most part. The other one I did a little bit different, just because I don't want to do the. Oh, come on, you. Stay where you're supposed to be. This thing's gonna just shred right now. I can feel it. Yeah, these decals are poo. Alright. That's that done. I'm not messing with the ends right now. It's gonna be such an awkward position you wouldn't be able to see anyways. It held up on the other side, so let's bend this back over. And move those out of the way. Let's get to it. see this? I can see this. Put the stinky brushes over there. Get rid of those. Get rid of this. Oh no, I emptied the garbage with all the paper towel on it. Son of a gun. Where can I use the box? Yeah, those decals get super soft. Super, super soft. It probably didn't help I was poking them with a knife. So, not that one. Not that one. Probably this one. 2-0. Can you guys see that? Looks sort of like it's in a weird spot. But if I tip it up anymore, I won't be able to see. Well, first color is deck tan. We're just going to go through and basically mark out anywhere that I want rust to be. And I'm going to pretty much just focus up in corners and along some of these uprights or ribs or whatever you'd like to call them. I do these, just a little tappy tap on each end of these grab irons. So basically this is almost like a base color for the rust. I was pretty scared the first time I did it. I'm like, you want me to put basically white on here? Okay. I have to trust the process the first time. Here. This is one of the times where having shaky hands kind of comes in clutch because you can't really do much of a straight line if your hands are shaking. Bring this up onto this rail here. Is it going to be a big one? Go. I'd like to say I have a reference photo for this, but I don't. And we'll add a couple dotty dots. There. On here. It's really hard to be on randomly on purpose, I call it. I move to the bottom edge. Some of this I'll leave just as like this gray kind of primer color. Just like as in it was chipped or scratched or something. Any sort of big kind of corners like in here, there's going to be a lot of dirt. Traps moisture, makes rust. Here we go. I don't think I'm going to really do much on this door since it's supposed to look like a bit of a newer door. Move across. Like that. Maybe that's a bit better. This is probably I'd say probably really the hardest step of doing the processes, because this is, you're kind of left with the what's going to happen from here on out. If I get in this door doodad. So, as I move, I just kind of poke at it so it spreads the brush out a little bit and gives it kind of a irregular shape, so to speak. Don't want to just paint a line. Let's get one up in behind here. Hey James, how's it going? Oh, Mark posted a video. Okay, I'll be watching that as soon as I'm done here. Let me make sure my notifications are on. Just do one there. Right there. Learned on the first one of these that I was doing, I went a little too many kind of rush craters, like what I'm working on, like what I'm painting in here. I just did too many of them, so it just overpowered the whole car. So I went and met with the IPA board and we reset that car. And probably like that. What's in there? This is the water. Basically, I'll just do one side, see how we're doing on time. Five, yeah. So far, so good. Next color I use is this one, 70.822 Camel Black Brown. This will make basically the dark center. Hey, John, how's it going? Move that over there. Just using the hand palette today. This is sort of where you. No, the next step's where you kind of feel better about painting a bunch of weird colors on the car. Step 3 is where it starts to look like rust a little bit. Pardon me. I don't necessarily want to do the whole center of the deck tan because I kind of think it's like this is like the old rust, right? It's been there for a while and it doesn't really, it's not going to be like a solid bit. But we want to try and leave deck tan around the outside of this dark brown. So that when we do the next step, it kind of, that's where it starts to use that. The deck tan is the kind of the base coat. Pretty much everything except for the deck. Why wouldn't that come with deck tan? That's weird. Um, is basically a Vallejo, whatever, like a box that you can get. They'll give you the instructions in there. That's how I learned how to do it. But it comes with everything except for deck tan. For whatever the reason, no idea. That's just the way it is. You can see kind of it's starting to look a little less scary as we add these in. Dog's over there making funny noises. We just woke up from our fifth nap of the day. You don't say. There's a little cave underneath the layout with the bed. Oh, here comes the monster. What are you doing, old girl? I didn't do the ladder on this side. Son of a gun. Toothpick will work better for these little wee dots and stuff like that. This paintbrush takes a bit of a whooping doing this. Just blow the tip apart on it. Because you're basically poking everything with it. Pokety poke. There, on to the next one. Cruising right along. This will be kind of where the rust starts showing up. And for this step is 70818 red leather. And this one is a two brush effort. Where's that one that's already sort of mucked? But not completely. It's that one, I think. I'm going to use this flat brush. You can see I've used it a bunch and it just blows the ends over. Because we're gonna kind of stab it in there, or like just wet the brush, stab it in there, and then that's gonna use that deck tan to make for that rust kind of color looking stuff. Just gonna check on this other car. It's a cool feature right there. Super happy with that. I have to tape it back up because, of course, it's like the patch did it, not the door. I just pop the door back off. It's all right. Well played, Todd. Well played. Well, you can't be Deputy Mark without the shield. This is where it gets a bit tricky. How do I do this? Like that. Oh, the old hand palette might not be the best method for this one. Let's see how it goes. So far, so good. So you want just dip the wrong brush. So this brush that we're going to be spreading out the color with, we want a little bit damp, not wet. If it's wet, it'll just delete the color altogether pretty much. I'm sure it'll happen at some point where yeah, it's doing it right there. So it's almost like turning it into like a wash, but already on there. But not so it's runny. This is an awkward spot to do this. Alright, that's cool. I may have to do this switchback. Or the OG method where I hold at my mouth. Stop dipping it in there, man. I don't often put the paint on my hand. It's just for this, it's easier. If you get too far ahead, like I just did there, this paint will be dry before you get to spread it out. So then you got to really wet it, and it's pretty much going to come off, and then you got to do it all over again. Small sections, small sections. Let's attempt that again. I think this glove method really kicks the paint off quick. You have to break out the old steel palette. Chew on that for a second. Wipe it off. Or most of it. Get that over here. Oh, there you go. So this is kind of why I do set the car up this way, is I can rest my hand on the car while I'm doing this and not buckle it off. If you just sit it in the cradle, probably going to blow the stirrups off of it. Ask me how I know. Yeah, it's a little bit easier. That was a lot. All right, take care, Floyd. I did it again. I added too much, but see if I can do it quick enough. Up to the top. Water. It's a lot of rinse and repeat with this method. Definitely not quick by any standard. Need to push that up. Right. Kind of the deal with this is you just it's not smooth as fast or nothing like that. It's just fast as fast. This Vallejo stuff dries wicked quick. Kind of sounds like my neighbors are going to have a go at something. Every once in a while, I'll clean off the main brush. Just because how quick this stuff dries, it'll put a nug at the end of your brush and you'll be putting paint where you don't want it. Too much water. The good news is if you do that, you just add more paint. Sometimes it just turns out better the second go around. Or not. It just disappeared completely. There it is. Dot there. I think the dots are sort of the hardest. Wait, I probably got a brush that's all janked up. And this one right here, this is probably the dot brush. These brushes are just Amazon specials. Get a set of whatever. They work good like the first time you use them, and then they're pretty much cooked. Just kind of spread it out. This is sort of the like that newer rust layer. Bit of the staining. That's fine. It looks okay. Did we get it all? No, we did not. I didn't do the ladder again. I don't know what it is with this ladder. There we go. Goodness me. Just putting a thumping on them. Did you say they're playing France again? All right, that one's done. Down for a drink. Oh, they're playing the Swiss. Oh, women's hockey. Gotcha. This one will use orange brown 7981. You can also use like regular orange rust. I don't know, it's kind of bright. And this is a model color where the other one's a air, so it's like super thin. So it doesn't really spread quite as nicely, I guess would be the way to say it. Go in there. 2-0. 0 can go in. So it's kind of the same thing, just a damp brush on standby. Add this in. Then we take the damp brush and just pull it down. This is going to be the first round of the streaking. So a little more tactical with the dots of paint on this step. Might take a few tries. Like it took me a bit to figure out I gotta turn the model a little bit for me to be able to pull straight. Before that, all my streaks were like sending off to the left or the right. It's going to be a big streak. Here we go. They're going to the gold medal game, Mark. Nice. They got to play US or something for gold. This is kind of my favorite part of doing these is getting the streaks going. Yeah, Canada US is always a good go. One more on this side. Oh, no, there's one in the corner. Yeah, little guy. Is there much in the way of hockey over there, Andy? Trouble seeing that now. Quick before it dries. Oh no. More water. So kind of where you place the dots is going to determine obviously where your streaks are going to be the heaviest. You can do like multiple streaks like that or big singles, whatever you want to do. It's your car. Make it look how you want it to look. Oh, field hockey. Yeah, we had that at the one school I was at. It was a big thing. On a curling rink? Sure, the curlers love that. Just come in and there's a bunch of carve marks in the ice. It was like that when we used to play after the figure skaters, and you'd just spend like the first 2 or 3 minutes. Everyone would be going finding around all the pick holes and them doing toe picks in the ice. I don't know anybody that curls anytime. I thought it was a different shape of ice too. There's that. We're in the home stretch. The final step is or second to final step is the dark streaks, which I don't do on everyone, so it goes through a little bit quicker. There. Oh, there. That's what it's getting. Oh, I have a heck of a time with these ladders for some reason. That's all. I'm gonna rub that right off. That looks like doo doo. Let's do a little short. No, you paint dried. It's too much in there. There. I think the most tarmac. Yeah, why do you play on tarmac? Hopefully nothing that involves sliding. F1 should be an interesting year. You watch F1, Andy? All right, final color dark, or actually not the final, but the final actual paint is 7-771 dark rust. And that we will make a few dark streaks. This one. That one needs it. This is one of those ones where I kind of look at the paint and let it tell me kind of where I should have one. Have a, like, do these ones. So I look for like this one. I don't know if you guys can see that. See how there's kind of like that gap in the paint? Those are the ones that I choose to do the dark streaks for the most part. Just a good way to kind of have a bit of the randomness to it, where you're not just going down every one of the light streaks with a dark streak, and then it all looks kind of the same. Spice it up, so to speak. Oh, it just does not want to leave paint there. That's probably where there's a gap. What is this? That one just does not want to move. Slowly dragging it down. And try to do a very light one on this. Just a little short. Something like that. Maybe a little bit further. There it goes. This one for sure. And what? This one here. Right in this corner. Gobber right here needs one. Too much. All right, Mark, I'll see you on the other one. As soon as I'm done here, I'm going to make sure I get your video on and double check the notifications since they seem to have failed me. One more and pretty much call this a wrap. Oh no, we got one more step. Son of a gun. It's fairly quick though. And that is not that one. This one. Wash FX Light Rust. Number one brush. And this just kind of go over the the spots and drag past a little bit. It'll just give that kind of the stain look, help blend everything. You're done, you go here. Hopefully by the time I get to the other end of the car, this end of the car will be dry. I can kind of check it out. Maybe get some in there, I think. It's kind of a fun step because it's pretty quick to do and it makes a bit of a difference. Kind of just brings everything together. You can kind of add little bits or touch up little bits. I have to go back and add some to this rail over here, I think. Underneath the door. And we are effectively almost done. I just gotta hit it with some dull coat, and that is that. There it is. I don't know about these decals, but we'll see. There's, I guess, the good thing with only doing half is there's a before. That one's got a dirty door. There's after with the clean door. All right. Coming up on what time is it? Almost 6, I think. Yeah, 10 to 6. I'll probably grab some dinner. And then I'll see you guys on. Let me see who it is. It's either Mike or James. Oh, Paul Stamps at 7. Where's the off the tracks one? Subscriptions. There's Marks. Have they not set one up yet? Is that the same? Must be Mike's channel. Yeah, I think it's on Mike's channel tonight. So I will catch you guys in that stream. If you have any questions, by all means. I'm probably just gonna shut it off. I gotta grab some dinner and stuff before the off the track stream. So leave a comment or same name on Instagram. You can just shoot me a message on there. All right. Enjoy the rest of the holiday Monday, and we'll catch y'all later.